Welcome, everybody. It's the Road Show, UWF football show with Coach Kaleb Nobles. I'm Will Kennedy. We are on the road, North Greenville University, Tigerville, South Carolina. 25-17 the final. The score still up on the board over there. Yeah. Coach, how are you feeling?
My heart rate's gone down a little bit since the fourth quarter, but it's definitely thumping a little bit more than normal, and I'm proud of our guys for how they played and finished the game, and did a lot of things really good, a lot of things we had to clean up, but like I keep saying, it's a lot easier to clean those things up after a win.
Bottom line is you're 4-0. You get a chance to take a bye week, and we'll talk about that coming up before taking a trip out to Oklahoma. But this football game, you never know. Rankings mean nothing. You come in and you got to play the team in front of you. We knew, you and I talked during the week, they got a good quarterback, an experienced quarterback, and sometimes that makes a huge difference in the game. He played well. Your quarterback played well. Let's start with Marcus Stokes. Came out and I thought first half, he was on fire. He was 80% completions, was throwing the ball around, a couple deep balls to Corey Scott, Tyree Holloway. He looked great early. Yeah,
I think he had, two incompletions at halftime, and one of them was a drop touchdown down the far end zone on a Buffalo package. So Marcus is playing well right now. A lot of things he knows he needs to clean up, but I love where he's at mentally. He's taking ownership for a lot of things, and in a good way and a bad way, right? Whenever things go to positive and bad. So I love that kid to death. Their quarterback is an elite player, and we knew that. And when you don't make mistakes, he didn't make mistakes tonight, and it keeps him in the game, right? We didn't score. We had a couple mistakes in the third, fourth quarter that could have made it a longer, better game. But battle of quarterbacks, right, is what it came down to.
You guys, unusual because special teams, we've been talking about how great it's been, but muff punt, it was really what player runs into Tony and ball gets loose, they capitalize, score 3 points. But then you guys scored 19 unanswered, and I say 19 because it got weird. We missed 2 extra points, which, you got a freshman kicker, that kind of stuff will happen, but just kind of felt it was a little bit off, even though we were up 19-3 going to that.
No doubt, just a couple. It was a humid, muggy night out here. The field is super slippery. And I think that was kind of affecting the kicks a little bit and affecting us holding the football some. So we know he'll be back at a better level, and we know that we can trust him to make big kicks. He's a great player and great kid, and so we're excited about him. Obviously, it kind of took a little momentum away, right? Instead of being up 21 or 23, and those points come down to the end, right? Instead of being up 8, we're up to 10 or 12. So game-changing points, we know we got to go convert those.
You and I talked last week about clock management before the half. You're able to score in the game at home against Shorter, and then come out and second half. Didn't quite work that way this time. You didn't have timeouts to work with, and it gets weird when you're trying to clock the ball and run time.
Yeah, and we we knew we had clocked on the first one, so I told him let's go take a shot, and then I was like, hey fellas, let's go try and get a field goal. So we put ourselves in position to score, and we probably should have scored. We just kind of botched the field goal and didn't have a good ending. So gave ourselves a chance. We got to finish better in that first half.
What happened second half? You're up 19-3. What happened on the double pass? Just good defensive play.
It was a great defensive play, and then if you go back and watch it,
it was going to be a touchdown.
If he gets it up a little bit higher, he's scoring, and we put that in for Toddy, touchdown Mansell, because he played here last year. So wanted to give him a chance to go make a big play. So if the ball's 6 inches higher, right, or 8 inches higher, we're scoring a touchdown. That's much easier. So great play by them, a good execution by their guy, and really kept them in the game.
To their credit, we did talk about Dylan Ramirez. He kind of gets their offense going, and they're able to score unanswered points and cut it to 2. And I said after their first touchdown in the second half, usually we answer that. We weren't able to. But the second one, you come right back and get a big play. And that drive is really a deep pass. And you told me Coach Donnie Baker, who played here and coached here, dialed it up, Marcus to Quinn Seeger. That play was really kind of the game right there.
Yeah, and the best part was Coach Conner had come up to me right before and said, hey, let's milk the clock a little bit. And then I heard the play call and I said, hey, we're not milking the clock. We're going to go score. So it was a great job protection, good job hanging in there. The ball was in the air for forever. But it wasn't underthrown. A great job by Quinn Seeger, who is a phenomenal player, phenomenal teammate, just does what he's supposed to do. So
Vanilla Vic.
It is, Vanilla Vic. That's what the players call him. We had thrown that slant a couple times and caught him on a double move. So excited about how our guys finished the game, and to be able to go down and score a touchdown in that moment is what we really needed. So it was a good finish by the offense.
Unfortunately, that extra point doesn't work out either.
No doubt.
So it's still an 8-point game. They come down. We've had some exciting games. We've had tons of them, in a short period with UWF, and you've been involved in many of them. But that got dicey at the end, and you had the best view down here of the last play as they're at the 8-yard line, and they've got an opportunity to score and then maybe try to tie it up on the 3 seconds left on 4th down. They call his knee down. You had a good look at it. Still a heck of a play. You get the ball to the guy in the corner of the end zone, but that's whew.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a great effort by our D-line to go get another sack, and I was very close to calling a timeout just because we had one. I wanted to come and see what they lined up in, but play clock was below 10, so I'm not going to bail them out and give them a more time to communicate. So excited how our guys finished. It was a really close ending, and I think sometimes it's good for us to get tested like that in a good way. That's a really good team, and I told Coach Garner that after the game. They started off the season. They are. It's a new staff, new coaches, and really good team, and they're going to make some noise in the Conference Carolinas.
We talked post-game on the radio, but I think we got to give a shout-out to this kid. I mean, Walker Robinson, who probably had officially 12, but I think he may have had a few more. Or at least he told me that he had 12 tackles. He wants to look at the film. But no, he gets banged up on the kickoff. His ankle is, nice to have a week off next week, but he played lights out, as did many of his defensive teammates.
Yeah, no, a lot of the really good swarming the ball type plays. Walker's an unbelievable player, and he just does everything the right way. Really has taken a good leadership role this year and pushing guys to be at a high standard. So I'm excited about him, and his play just speaks for itself. He's a phenomenal player and a phenomenal kid.
You got a week off next week. You're 4-0, 25-17 again, the final here in North Greenville. Make the trip home. What happens in the next week? How do you kind of adjust the schedule a little bit before?
We do. Yeah, we got a long trip home. We'll probably get back about 7, 8 a.m. tomorrow, so we won't be in the office tomorrow. Our players and coaches watch the film on your own. Then we'll come in Monday, watch the film, practice a couple times next week, and then give them a little time off to recover. Really, coaches, players, everybody just kind of do a reset because we got a long stretch of games coming up, and we got to be ready to prepare for those mentally and physically.
Break the season down into chunks. I've talked about that before. So you get through this first part, but before the bye week, 4-0 can't be any better than 4-0. Throw out your scores and any of that other kind of stuff, and where you wanted to be coming.
No, for sure. I mean, you want to be undefeated, right? As long as you can be, and really don't take any losses for the whole season. So we kind of challenge our players. Hey, fall camp is its own thing. Let's 4 games, right? We got to be great in these 4 games, and then give yourself a chance to reset. So now we get a chance to do that, get physically and mentally healthy, and then have a good little stretch with a lot of really tough games coming up. We got 5 games in a row and then a bye week again, so really just prepared ourselves for a tough onslaught of games coming up.
Well, rest yourself up.
No doubt.
We'll all rest. We'll all try to let this one out of the system a little bit. Congratulations. 4-0. We will take a week off, obviously, with the bye week, and we'll get you ready for that. We'll do something in between next week, something short to get you ready for that game at Northeastern. But, man, what a game. And
no doubt.
I'm going to have to take some extra blood pressure pills.
I'm going to sleep good tonight. I know that.
So we'll leave you, as always, with this. Go Argos.